What is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome back to my part 2 of my Dipper Pines pixel art tutorial. So where we left off last time, we had this built so far, and we just finished building up the back of the hair behind his head. So before we get started building the rest of it, let's build some parts I left out last time by accident. So we're going to start off by finishing off the right sleeve that's displayed right in front of us. And where we're going to edit it at is right here. We come to this bulk of chunk of block right here, and we're going to come to the top part right here and bring it over. And once it does turn night or something, I will go to day and get rid of the rain, but I've been waiting here for a while and it's not changing, so I'm just going to get started. And the other part we're going to edit is the crow's feet mark near his eyes. So we're going to go up to his left eyeball, and we're going to come below right here, this block. And right below it, we're going to put one sand and then one black wool. You get rid of the sand. And then to the left of the black wool, you're going to put one. Then you're going to come up and to the left one black wool. And then you can do it again. And that's it for his crow's feet. So now we can get started with the second half of the tutorial, which I do believe is just going to be the last piece of his hair and his hat. So for his hair, actually, I'm going to start with the hair. So for the last piece of his hair, we're going to go up to the top right here. And we're going to switch to our black wool. So first, what we're going to start it with is we're going to come to the right of this and come up 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Then from there, we're going to come to the left, 1 black wool, and then bridge off of it like that. And to the right of it, we're just going to put 1 black wool. Then from this block, this right here, this block, we're going to come up and to the right 5. So up and to the right. And then 5 blocks, so 1, 2, 5. Then we're going to come to the left of the final block right here and put a backwards R. So left. We're just going to build our backwards R with 3 black wool. I think it helps a little bit. So now we're going to come up and to the left 2 flat blocks. Like that. Then we're going to come up and to the left 9 flat blocks. So we'll do the diagonal again and then 9. So 1, 2, 3. And his hair is going to loop back inwards towards what we've already previously built. So it's going to start going down and to the left now. And it also meshes in with the hat kind of. So if you're wondering why stuff is sticking out, it's because we're going to build a hat. But to get it to loop up, we're going to come back down to right here. We're going to come up and to the right 1. Then up and to the right 5 blocks vertical. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should touch this one 5. Then we're going to come back downwards to where we started right here and come to the second to last block. Then we're going to come up again. We're going to skip this block. So that's it for his hair tuft, and now we can start the hat. So for the hat, it's not really that difficult. We've already set up some of the blocks that are needed for it. So all we just need to do is count out everything properly. So we're going to start with the back of the hat actually. So for the back of the hat, we're going to here where we have this one sticking out that I left before. So we're going to come to the left of it and 4 vertical blocks upwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from there, we're going to come to the left of the final block and up 5. So 1, 2. Then we're going to do that again. except 8 this time. So 1, 2, and 8. And now we're going to start going to the right. So coming to the final block, we're going to come to the right of it and put up 3. Then we're going to put a diagonal block from here. So come up into the diagonal. And with that diagonal block, we're going to build kind of a staircase. So we're going to put 1 on top of it. Then we're going to put 1 on top of that. 1 to the right. Then we're going to put 1 on top of that. And then 2 to the right. And from there, we're going to come to the final block again. And put 1 on top of that. And then 3 to the right. So 1, 2. Now after we put this little row right here, we're going to come to the final 2 and put 2 on top as a marker. And below that, we're going to start building below it for some detail. So coming to the below the last 2 right here, we're going to put 1, 2 coming down, then down into the left 4 vertical. So down to left 1, 4. Then we're going to come down into the right 4. Then we're going to come down into the right 3. Then we'll come down into the right 3 and then 1. So 1. So it should touch like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come back up to where we had this 4 block right here. And we're going to just add 4 to the top of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now let's go back up to where we had the 4 placed. So from the first block we had 4 placed right here, we're going to come to the right of it. And we're going to put 2. So right 2. Then we're going to come to the top of it. And we're going to come to the right 1. Should look like that. Then on top of this final block, we're going to put 1 on top of it. And 1. Then from there, we're going to come up and to the right at the diagonal and put 6 flat. So now let's come back down to right here. We're going to come up and to the right 2 single blocks. So and then we're going to come up and to the right a Tetris piece. It's going to be the 4. So it's going to look like this. Oops. Put 2 at the up and to the right, and then on the second block, these top blocks so you can see them. So it looks like that. Let me put these back. Now from there, we're going to come up and to the right a single block. Then we're going to come up and to the right that same Tetris piece again. So we're going to do this. This is basically 4 blocks, but at the end of the first 2, we're going to put another 2 across it. Now we're going to come up and to the right 2 flat blocks like this 3 times. So this is the first time. Let's do it again. Third time, let's go. Look like this. And then finally, we're going to come up into the right 9, and that's the peak of the pixel. And this is the highest point in the pixel art. Actually, I lied. I think there's another high point, but this is the highest point of the hat. So we're going to come down now and try to touch there. So we're going to come down into the right 3 flat. Then down into the right 2 flat. Then down into the right 1 flat. And then finally, we're going to come down into the right 5 flat blocks. Zoom out real quick so you guys can see the hat. So it's coming out pretty nicely, but we have a lot of detail missing from here, which is coming right now. So go back to where we have our 5 flat, and we're going to come to the second block. So second block is right here, and come below it, we're going to put 2 going to the right. Then we're going to come below those 2, and on the left block, we're going to put 1, 2 to the left. And we're going to keep doing that until we touch down here. So it should touch the before like that. And then once it does do that, we're going to go and finish the rest of it. We're going to go back to the 5 we just had again. And we're going to go on top of the last 2 blocks right here and put 1, 2, and then a third block dangling off. Then from there, we're going to go to the middle block of those 3. We're going to put 1, 2, and 2 blocks dangling off, so it's 4. Then from the 4, we're going to go to the last 2 again, so it's like a repetitive pattern. So if it's 3, we're going to the middle block, and if it's 4, we're going to the second to last block. I'm going to add 4 again. Then on the 4th, we're going to come to the second to last block again, and we're going to come over 11 this time. So this is a bigger number. 1, 2. Now after that 11, we're going to come to the second to last block, and we'll put 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to come down from the final block, and we're going to come down. Then from that final block, we're going to go vertical block. So we're going to come straight down 3. So 1, 2, 3. And now let's start going. We're going to start building from another spot to reach so far. So let's drop down to his eyeball. Right above the eyeball, we have this group of 5. We're going to come to the third block and put 1 to the right. So from there, we're going to come up and to the right. Our Tetris piece. We have this. Then from there, we're going to go up in a staircase pattern. So we're going to do like this. And we're going to do that 3 more times. So we have 2, 3. So once we have that now, that's going to be the end of our staircase pattern. But it's like 6 of them in a row. Let me count. So 1. And from there, on top of this final block, we're going to come up an R shape. So now on top of that, we're going to put from the final block, we're going to put 1, 2, like if we were doing a staircase, except it's not going to be repetitive 1 in a row again. On top of that block, we're going to build 2 up and then 1 to the right. So 1, 2, 1 to the right. And now here it gets pretty simple. From this final block, we're going to put a 2x2 brick on top of it. And then we're going to do another 2x2 brick on top of this. And from here, we're going to put 1 on top of here, and then another 2x2 brick. And now finally, we're going to come to the brick we just built right here. We're going to build up another 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to just latch on to. So where the gap was, we're going to put 1, 2, 3. So now it's time for the coloring. And actually no, it's not. We forgot something on the hat. So we're going to come back inwards now. We have, like, there's a little fold in the hat. So we're going to come, where is it? Then we're going to come up and to the right one single block. Then we're going to come up and to the right a Tetris piece, so 4 blocks shaped like this. Then we're going to have 1 block by itself up and to the right. Then we'll come up and to the right another Tetris piece. Then off of that, we're going to put 2 blocks on top of this final block. To the right, 2 flat. And from here it gets pretty simple. We're going to go up and to the right 2 single blocks. So single block. Then we're going to come up and to the right and we're going to build a staircase until it touches up there. So 2 flat, and on top of the final one, we're just going to add 2 flat again. So on top of the final block, we're just going to put 2 flat blocks. Once you have that, let me zoom out, and this looks pretty much like what we have on our, the showcase. So all we have to do now is color it. So for the coloring, actually, I don't know if I'm going to color it live time or time lapse yet, so I'm going to do the tree before I decide. So the tree and his hat. So for the tree and the hat, we're going to come up towards this little cluster of black wool we have right here. And on top of it, where we have this, so where we start our staircase on top of the cluster, we're going to come over to the left to cyan. Is this cyan or light blue? Cyan. And then we're going to come up into the left 1. Then we're going to come over 1 from that block, and then up into the left 2 single blocks. So 1, 2. So it should look like this. 2 flat, up into left, 2 flat, up into left, 1, up into left. Then from there, we're going to come over 1 and then down 1 from there. From here, we're going to come down into the left 2 vertical, so 2 vertical like this. Then we're going to come down into the left 2 vertical again. And we're going to put white wool right here to mark it, and then cyan. So the white wool right here is just going to gap it, but we're not going to put anything actually there till later. I should put endless day on now that the rain isn't working, but I'll do it after the tutorial, so next time we should have endless day. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come down from this cyan, another cyan, so there should be 2 spaces right here. Then we're going to come down into left 2 vertical, down into left 2 vertical again, then down into the left a single. So this space right here is going to be white, and then everything in there is going to be cyan. So I'm going to fill that in real quick for you guys. Actually, we already have everything filled in on the previous pixel art, so I'm going to jump over to it and I'm going to cover everything with you guys in slow time. So we're back at the pixel art where I previously built Dipper Pines, and now I'm going to go over the colors for our template. So if you want, you can pause the video right when I'm zoomed out right here and just fill it in as you see it. Or I'll just go over it with it, and then I'll go over it within the next minute so you guys will know what to build. So in our template, we're going to have right here, there are the arms. So we're going to have sandstone, or you can use your clay or sand or end stone, and that goes right there and right here for the skin. And then we're going to have the t-shirt, which is going to be a red, which goes from right there upwards, along with on this side from here upwards. And then the inner part of his shirt, we're going to have red again, which is right here. Then for his jacket, we're going to go with a dark gray wool. So for dark gray, we're going to come from this little corner all the way down here and on the opposite side as well. And this gap between his head and his shirt is going to be his neck, so we're going to put that as sandstone as well. So brown wool for his hair down there, and brown wool for his hair up here. For his hat, it gets kind of tricky because we use dark gray wool for this little part right here because inwards, like it's the inner lining of it, so it's shaded. But on the outside of it, we're going to use cyan for right here, cyan for over there in the back, cyan for right here at the top, and we already used cyan for the tree. So the only thing left to put white is everything else in between right there. Real quick, so you guys can freeze it if you guys just want to look at it from far. So that concludes our Dipper Pines pixel art tutorial. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and also stay tuned for more showcases, and I'll be doing showcases and tutorials like this for bigger pixel arts from now on. And the mini pixel arts will always be just one video. So thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Phoenix Death 1, and I gotta go. Peace.